Consider this simple task, picking up a t-shirt. Your brain doesn't treat this as a monumental challenge. Yet for a machine, this is a problem of near infinite complexity. A rigid object, like a coffee mug, can be fully described by just a few numbers, its position and its orientation in space. Its state is simple and predictable. But a t-shirt? A t-shirt is a deformable object. It isn't described by 6 degrees of freedom, but thousands or even millions. Every single point on the fabric is a variable that can move independently, creating a state space so vast it's practically immeasurable. The robot isn't looking at a shirt, it's looking at a mathematical catastrophe. This catastrophe begins with perception. When a robot looks at the shirt, its sensors generate a cloud of 3D data points. It sees a lumpy surface, but has no innate understanding of what it is. Is this lump a sleeve? A collar? Is the shirt inside out? This is a problem of topology, where relationships between parts are obscured. You solve this without thinking. Your fingers, containing an incredible density of mechanoreceptors, brush against the fabric. You feel the telltale ridge of a seam, the double layer of a hem, the specific texture of the collar. A robot's gripper, even one packed with force and torque sensors, is comparatively numb. It gets discrete pressure readings, not a holistic, intuitive sense of fabricness that guides your every move. And once the robot attempts to interact, it runs into the brutal laws of physics. The mathematics that govern rigid bodies, like planets orbiting a star, are complex but fundamentally solvable. Soft body dynamics, the physics of things that flop and bend, are a different beast entirely. Every time a gripper touches the cloth, it introduces new forces. Friction, gravity, and the internal tension of the fabric all interact in a chaotic dance. The system is non-linear. A tiny difference in where the robot grabs the shirt can lead to a drastically different and unpredictable unfolded shape. It's a system that resists prediction, where the simple act of lifting creates more questions than it answers. This difficulty reveals a fundamental truth about intelligence known as Moravec's paradox. The things we consider pinnacles of human intellect, like complex mathematics or the game of chess, are relatively easy for computers. They require immense processing, but follow clear logical rules. The things a toddler can do, however, like walking across a room or picking up a sock, are monstrously difficult for a machine. That simple act of grasping involves a constant, high-bandwidth feedback loop between your eyes, your hands, and your brain. Your muscles are making thousands of micro-adjustments per second based on sensory data you're not even consciously aware of. A robot must attempt to replicate this elegant biological dance with slow, deliberate, and computationally expensive calculations for every single movement. In the sterile environment of a lab, with perfect lighting and a single pre-flattened cotton shirt, robots have successfully folded laundry. But the real world isn't a lab. The real world is a laundry basket filled with a chaotic mix of materials. There's the stiff, unforgiving denim of your jeans, the slippery, lightweight silk of a scarf, the bulky, elastic nature of a wool sweater. They are tangled, knotted, and overlapping. A robot trained on 10,000 images of cotton t-shirts will experience a catastrophic failure when it encounters a pair of socks for the first time. This is the challenge of generalization, of moving from a solved puzzle to an infinite, messy reality. Ultimately, the problem is less about physics and more about philosophy. When you see a crumpled heap of fabric, you aren't just seeing a collection of points in space. You are seeing the potential for a shirt. You hold in your mind an abstract, idealized model of what a t-shirt looks like when it's flat. This mental model gives you a goal. It allows you to identify a sleeve and instinctively know how to pull it to straighten the torso. A robot has no such model. It has coordinates. It has programmed routines. It doesn't have the idea of a shirt. For the machine, a collar is not a collar. It's simply a curved cluster of data points. And until a robot can understand not just what a shirt is, but what it should be, the laundry will continue to wait.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.